Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about if and else statements in JavaScript. So let's get started. Okay, so we use if else statements to check for conditions. So let's say we have a variable here and let's name it x and assign it to 4, and we'll do an if statement here, if followed by parentheses, and here we can put our condition here, for example, and we can say x is greater than 5 and follow it by curly braces. Now we can execute our code here. We will just say console.log. Here we can say x is greater than 5, for example. And now here we notice nothing is getting executed or nothing getting printed here on the console. So if I were to change, for example, x to xx, for example, now this is evaluated to true. So x is greater than 5 and our message here is being printed on the console. Okay, and if I change this to, for example, 3, for example, this is no longer true and this block of code will not be executed. Okay, and also we can add an else statement followed by curly braces. And for example, let us say here x is less than 5, for example. So here the second block of code is getting executed, the block of else statement. So here 3 is less than 5, so 3 is not greater than 5, so this condition is evaluated to false. So this means that the else statement will be executed. So here we're getting x is less than 5. Okay, and if I change this to 6, for example, we will get x is greater than 5. So here this condition is evaluated to true. Okay, and as we said earlier, if this condition is true, then this block of code will be executed. If it's false, then this block of code will be executed. Okay, now let's imagine we need to design a program to invite our friends into a party, for example, and let's just say for some reason we want to invite only people who are between 18 and 25. So let's define a variable called age, for example, and for now let's just assign it to 10, and we will do an if statement, and we can say age is less than 18. So in this case we can say to the user, you are not allowed, you are under 18. Okay, so here if age is 10 here, so 10 is less than 18, and this block of code is getting executed. So you are not allowed, you are under 18. Okay, and we can combine else if statements. So let's say else, and then followed by if statement, and here we can put our condition. So for example, if age is greater than or equal to 18, and at the same time age is less than or equal to 25. So in this case we can say you are allowed. So here notice we are using the AND operator, so this condition must be true and also this condition must be true. Okay, and we can add another else statement followed by if age is greater than 25, then we will say you are too old. Okay, so let's change age to 20, for example. So here in our case our user is allowed, you are allowed, and if our age was 11, for example, this will say you are not allowed, you are under 18. So this block of code is getting executed. So okay, and if I change this to 40, for example, now this block of code is getting executed because this condition is being evaluated to true here. So age is not less than 18 and it's not between 18 and 25, it's greater than 25. Okay, and we can get rid of this if statement here. We don't really need it, because if age is not less than 18 and is not also between 18 and 25, then it must be above 25 because there's no other option. Okay, and if I save this, it will work just before here. For example, let's test this. So if I say 10, you are not allowed, you are under 18. And if I say 20, for example, you are allowed. And we will say 26, and then here you are too old. Okay, and one more thing, we can here add how many we want else if statements. So we can write here 100 else if statements if we want. It's up to us. Okay, so now let's move on to another example. So I will change this to, for example, I will change this condition. For example, age is equal to 9, and we will say equal to 9. Then on the second else if statement, we will do age is equal to, for example, 10. Then we will say equal to 10. And as we said before, we can add how many else if statements we want. So we can add age is for example, is greater than 12. We will say here age is greater than 12. Okay, and we will add one more else if statement here. For example, let us say age is equal to 13. Then this will say equal to 13. Okay, here let's remove this parentheses here. Okay, now here since age is 26 here, this first condition is false here, and so JavaScript will skip this if statement, and it will check for the next else if statement. Here age is equal to 10, so this is false. So we get to the next else if statement. So age is greater than 12, and indeed 26 is greater than 12. So this is evaluated true, and this block of code is being executed here. As we can say here, age is greater than 12. Okay, but now if I change this to, for example, 13, notice what will happen here. Notice that here that this condition is true because 13 is greater than 12, obviously, and also this condition is true, but JavaScript didn't execute this code. So JavaScript will stop here, right here, on the first true statement. So, and it will not check for this one, because after one of these statements is true, it will stop checking for the next statements to it. But if I were to change or get rid of this else statement here, notice what will happen here. So here we're getting age is greater than 12, and also we're getting equal to 13. So now this if statement is independent from this group, okay, because there's no else statement here. So JavaScript will see this as an independent if statement, as we said before. So if I put the else statement as before, so we're getting only line 12 executed, okay, because here, as we said, if is followed by else. So JavaScript will only see this statement if the statement was false. Okay, so if I change this statement here, for example, equal to 12, here we'll just say equal to 12. So this statement is no longer true, so JavaScript will execute this block of code. Okay, that's it about if and else statements. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in another one.